Alright guys, we're back in the combine out. Been doing a little work here and there on it. The cover plate's out of it, getting ready to pick corn, and we've got a corn head to demo, show you guys.
Meet the Peterson family. Our dad, the three Peterson brothers, and our families farm together in central Kansas. Our family farm started in 1882 and has been raising cattle and crops ever since. Please subscribe to this channel and give us a like and a comment if you enjoy the video.
So we've really liked our two MacDons. They're 2009 models. We are going to get to demo a MacDon corn head, hopefully a Draper as well once it comes time for beans. So we'll get to show you guys what some new MacDon products look like and how they perform. They brought this corn head for us. It's a 12 row and it's folding, so that'll be pretty neat to see. And MacDon's, you know, well known for their Drapers, but they got a good corn head here too. We're gonna get it hooked up and make sure it works. I should say we want to make sure everything matches up before it's time to go pick. We had some good rains the last couple days, so we're gonna be wet for a little while. Today's Tuesday, maybe Thursday we'll go try some. All right, we got it hooked up. Let's click it on. Yeah, we're gonna be ready to pick some corn, folks. Alright, we're folding it up to put it in the shed. Now we wait. The sun's out this evening, so see how soon we can give corn a go. We got some other things we want to wrap up, but I think the combine's ready. I am on my way home. I was gonna check this double crop Milo for headworms, and boy is it looking happy after that soaking rain. We've pumped like 1.5 inches or something of water through the pivot on here. We could have been pumping harder if we'd have known we were gonna get these late rains. So we'll see if we have to pump any more or not, but we got cool temperatures. Looks really good. So much easier to get weed control in double crop Milo with good wheat. So double crop soybeans is more common than double crop Milo, but for us, double crop Milo has just seemed to work better. As long as we can get the volunteer wheat controlled enough that we're not spreading disease, it just seems like it is more likely to produce a crop that's a little more worth harvesting. You can get grazing off of it like in a wet year. We've got some like chest high Milo here that's going to have a lot of grazing potential. It's raising some grain to pay for your costs. So even with the Milo price low, it'll cover its costs, and then we get the grazing that a cover crop gives us with zero cost because the grain paid for our costs plus a little. If the price was any better, you know, you're making money on the crop and then also getting grazing. I was checking for headworms and I'm not seeing any. It felt really good to get that good rain this last weekend. You know, we could still use another rain here in 10 days or something to finish out these soybeans and Milo, but we'll see if we get it or not. But we're gonna be able to go a lot farther.
Operation, try to get these calves to be used to silage so that in the next couple weeks when we wean, they're ready. Has begun. Getting trailer backed up for the first load. We got to go pretty early today because the sale isn't very big and we have 2 loads to haul. All right, 80 steers heading out of the pen. Hopefully heading out of the pen. I'm turning wrong way.
I've got some free weed eaters here at my house grazing this pen. It's got this Sioux steel continuous fence around it. They aren't technically free though. That's quite a bit of money spent to graze weeds, but it's free food for expensive cows, I guess.
All right, not a full 2 loads today, but we are selling over 80 head, and we're buying back 90 to 95 tomorrow, coming off of 1 ranch, so it'll be a good trade.
Taking this mama cow and new calf back up to cow pen. That big old calf was pulled yesterday, so pretty big calf. Probably because we've been feeding them. We've been dry lotting them, but the calf looks good. It's been nursing, so they will be out on that green now. She's already saying, bring it on, punk. She's already, oh boy, she's serious. How's this gonna go? All those calves were playing out on the green. And that one's kicking along. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get this calf tagged. This cow seems like she means business.
Those steers sold today. So we sold 80. We got, I think, 95 coming in. Depends on how many the ranch sends. It's a full truckload, basically 50,000 pounds. So I got to sort these heifers and steers, split them, and we're going to combine 3 pins into 2. The heifers will go with the heifer pin. The steers will go with them over there. So I'm waiting on Nathan to get here to help me sort. Hopefully I can get them out of the pen myself. But we got to make way for new cattle coming in. All right, here's the heifers. They were actually pretty much an even split. These are fully on feed. Okay, these are those, well, there's some from El Dorado, but the big load came from Georgia, full 7, 6, 10 or whatever, and so they're getting sorted. My dad had added a couple steers kind of accidentally, so we're taking them off and then putting all the full ones ahead with the group, and then we had them sorted about 2/3, 1/3. So we sold steers today, but we are filling that pen with heifers, so that'll make 140 heifers in this pen, and then 100 heifers in another pen, and they'll need sorted through, probably sold either next week or the week after. But right now, yeah, we'll have 3 big heifer pens. Calves can really hide in this stuff, but they're happy. On a straw bale, put in this pen here. Feeding some silage ration so that these calves don't eat silage in like 3 weeks when they're ready to get weaned. Cows still eat it, even with some green grass.
Let it go, can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Got no pockets on the door, and here I'll stay, and here I'll stay. Let it go, let it go. They'll never find me anyway.
Good job. Again.
These are the heifers still. I pulled that calf 75 seconds ago. I've never seen a calf try to stand up so fast. It's a healthy calf. Look at it go. It's not even 2 minutes old.
Got the spring cows fed. Kendall and Greg have a speaking trip this weekend, so I am on chore duty with Dad. We're feeding these cows. They're close by to home because they already cleaned up this corner of forage blend. Hopefully it'll regrow some, but they cleaned it up pretty good. These pairs, the calves are pretty big, so they're eating a lot, and we'll be weaning them soon. Then the rest of this home place field is this incredible looking double crop Milo that we pumped some water on, and now has gotten some really nice rains. It actually probably needs some heat to keep it moving along, but it looks really good. So always fun to have the home place looking good and productive. Really blessed by the rains this summer, and this pasture, you know, has produced a lot for us too. Well, as the year has gone, we got a rain when it wasn't really forecasted, and it ended up being pretty big. I think we've had over 2 inches. I forgot to look at the rain gauge, but anyways, our pond is filling back up again. There's the irrigation pump had been pumped way down, and I was gonna move it down and, you know, pump more water. Well, I think we might be done pumping. So anyways, I guess we're gonna have full ponds over winter. But so our crops are getting soaked up. You know, we're probably still using some of this, but a lot of it definitely is running off. So because we had rains last week, and then this, like they said it was going to be done at raining at 11, it was just going to be a light rain. Well, then it got heavier instead of lighter, and now it's 5 o'clock and it just got done raining. So I'm going to try to, we got cows in the pasture that I was going to go feed, but I thought I'd wait till it got done raining. Well, now I don't think I can even get to them, so I'm gonna move them to a different paddock so they can just eat grass. Greg and Kendall are still, they're in Oregon, so we've been updating them how much it's raining. So I've also got a calf to care for.
So this grass is as tall as the sidekick, basically. It's over 5.5 feet tall. Some grass, I mean, especially the stuff that's right up next to the wire that didn't get grazed or hayed. It's 6 foot, 5.5, 6 feet tall. And there's plenty of this other stuff this is that paddock we hayed, and then this will be my first day grazing it. Just moved the kind of the summer pears here. And there's a lot of grass here. A lot of it's mature grass, but all of it got to go to seed, and it should grow back really nicely next spring too.
Well, my pond is full once again. 4 inches of rain, the second 4-inch rain in 2 weeks in late August, September. These beans are so waterlogged. Have not ran the drip irrigation for a long time. I had pumped the pond completely empty, then it filled up, then I pumped it about halfway down, then it filled up again. Now I'm pretty much done watering, so I don't even know what I'm gonna do with all this water. The goal was, after I pumped this empty, was to deepen the pond, to fix this south dam a little bit. Plans have kind of changed at this point. I don't know, we're gonna have to do something else, but thankful for the rain. I don't remember another year where we've gotten this much rain in the late summer, for sure. To the west of us, to the north of us, there was reports of 10 inches of rain. Teskett, Kansas flooded. The town was basically 4 feet underwater. We're thankful we didn't get 10 plus inches of rain. That would have been rough. But after 3 years of drought, we couldn't buy rain. Central Kansas has just been swimming this summer.
All right, loading out a group of heifers today. Should be 64 on the truck. Mostly black, but there was a group of reds we bought there right before we harvest, so those are the reds are from. So yeah, the top was mostly black. Some more colored cattle here going on the bottom, and then these ones will go on the back. I kind of parked the feed truck in his way, so he's gonna go. So 65 heifers out the door. Should sell pretty good. Feeder cattle board was down the limit, so Chicago actually locks out how much you can sell off in one day, and sold off just a huge amount Tuesday after having a pretty big down day last week as well. But we are still just way up towards all-time highs. I think these heifers will still sell for more than they would have sold for last sale. We did mid-August sale. Now we're looking at almost mid-September. So excited to see what those heifers sell for. So remember when I showed you guys these 90 head of Colorado calves off the cow? This is day 6. They got full bellies. They're laying on the dry mound, and a few of them are finishing up breakfast. This is the front end. My dad said they're still only eating like 10 pounds of ration. And then that's the second half of the group. And he said there's a few that look a little pokey, but we haven't had to treat a single one yet. So to go the first week with a group of that big of a group, 90 head, and not have to give any antibiotics is really good. We haven't processed them yet, so we haven't given them their tag and their vaccine, but we will probably within the next either Friday morning or Saturday morning. We let them get their balling done. We had the pen space for them, so we just let them calm down and get their guts full before we worked them. They have received a modified live vaccine before on the ranch before they were shipped. They should handle the stress of building those antibodies totally fine. So they're on their way to becoming weaned calves. They'll be here. My estimation is they'll go out like the second sale in January or something like that, which is usually a really good market. All right, so here's some cows we are getting rid of for one reason or another. One's got a bad eye and we just weaned a calf off it. Another one lost a calf. That one had a C-section. And so I'm feeding them a lot of silage and the cow ration, and I dump a bucket of corn on there for them.
We got the manure spreader unhooked and the grain cart hooked up this morning. We're gonna cut some corn today. Before we put our grain corn in this grain cart, we are actually gonna put some rolled corn in it because we're selling some to our uncle. Trying to get this Sioux Steel bin empty, and we've just got, we've rolled a whole bunch trying to get it empty, and we're gonna sell some of the rolled stuff to our uncle to help us, keep the pile from overflowing out into the yard. So we're gonna put it in the grain cart so we can weigh it. Before I do that, I gotta wait till Ron, the hay grinder, is gone. Dad's been feeding him bales here. There's our massive silage pile.
We are selling corn today. I guess we made our bin about the right size because we basically just had one load extra. We're hauling it over to our neighbor's place, dumping it in their corn bin. We rolled it for them, then we scooped it out, weighed it in our grain cart, and now we're delivering it with his truck. So we dumped a tandem load. I'd say it was about the perfect amount. That was 25,000 pounds. So we could get it to them a little cheaper. Okay, the sweep auger went all the way around once, clean out all the stuff from the bottom, kind of 2 rings down. Now it's gonna sweep along this floor and get all this corn. And all that will be left is just a little bit around the outside. We'll just sweep up with a broom. Rolling the last of the 2025 corn. I'm just gonna stop it when it gets on those 2 lifts there. All right. Another year, another good job. An empty bin, ready for the 2025 corn.
Spraying off this field that we hayed. Well, we hayed half of it, chopped the other half. You can see the difference. Probably don't need to spray what we chopped yet, but what we hayed is getting pretty green, so we're gonna kill that off and it'll go back to wheat.
All right, taking this steers out to work this morning, Saturday morning. Been 8 days since we bought them. Vaccine and a tag and an implant. I'll be off to the races. So far, these cattle have been very calm, been coming through the chute while we work with them, just lining up one after another. So we hope it continues that way. Excited about how they grow. All right, we finished the first group. We are gonna work the second group. They're still in the starting pen. They're eating a few less pounds per day. Probably just weigh a little less. 2/3 the way done. Okay, this is all that's left out of 90 head. I'll just run them all. So after we worked them, we fed them. Dropped the bunk eating hay. They got 300 pounds to gain. And hopefully, because they already had 1 round of vaccine at the ranch before we bought them, and we just gave them another round, and everything else, they won't need to go through the chute ever again. This stuff is basically ready to graze. I'm trying to use up some silage all into these pairs out here, but I suppose I should just be letting them graze this. You break through this spot that wasn't hayed, get to over here. This stuff's shorter. I've been letting it grow back because it was hayed once, but it's all pretty much ready to graze, and the calves will be happy on this. Still not sure how long until weaning. I was thinking we would wean mid-September. Well, it's basically already mid-September. It's September 12th. I don't really have a good route to get them home though. There's too many crops growing between this pasture and the home place to walk them home, and it's a pretty big group to catch. 45 pair. That's a lot of trailer loads.
All right, it is Saturday. We have had some sun and some wind for a few days. So we are going to try to cut at least a little corn, see how everything works. I need to do some 50-hour grease on the combine, then we will give it a whirl. We have a birthday party today and we're not exactly ready to bin yet. So I think we're gonna cut the trucks full, see how it kind of tests, see if everything works, and then hopefully hit it hard Monday. All right, got her greased up. It is noon o'clock, but I'm gonna go out and try it anyways. Partly because I don't have a vehicle down here. Well, I have one of Dad's pickups, I guess. Just gotta go across the bridge. But we got it folded up so we'll fit. So we'll do a walk around of this corn head for you guys. We ran in the yard the other day. Magdon, I'm not sure if it's Magdon or Magdon. They were, Doug is from the town close by. They were nice enough to reach out and say, hey, you wanna demo this for some of your corn? So we're gonna run it, show you guys, show how it works, and then I think another guy is gonna demo it too. So we probably won't have it all of our corn harvest, but we're excited to kind of do some dry land with a 12 row, see how it works. All right, so it unfolds with the deck spacing button. All right, here we go. I feel so wide. All right, I'm gonna pause it and drive. All right, I'm gonna check behind me. The bin sample looks pretty good and it looks dry. Of course, I'm on the south edge, but it's not stacking up at all. So I would suspect out in the middle it to be a little wetter, but we'll be able to pull air on it in the bin. So we'll see if we're getting it off the cobs. I slowed my spreader down, but maybe too much because I got a wider space to spread now. So that looks good. That, I don't know. Those are kind of abandoned kernels, so I don't know what people, if they try to get those off or not. You guys tell me. I'm basically still a noob corn farmer. There we got one on the ground. All right, I got a little on the ground, so I'm gonna tighten it up a little, then watch my loss monitor and stuff. Here's Dad to see how it's going.
Hey, we moving.
Grady, don't hurt it, Grady. It's just a nice little caterpillar.
That's moving.
He wants to crawl out the window and be in the pen with them. He wants to be in the bunk while they eat. When I drilled this field, it is a sorghum for hay after wheat. I was scrolling on Superior auction calves and looking at which ones I might buy. And then whenever I swathed this field, we had just finished corn silage, making some other decisions there, and it seemed like it was going to make so much hay, and it was just looked like it was going to be a beautiful chance to dry the hay. And now it's like over 2 weeks of drying meaning getting rained on a bunch of times. Now those calves are here, those same ones that I was looking at which ones to bid on and buy and how much they cost. Now they've been delivered, and some of this feed will probably be used to feed them. You got the neighbors' heifers grazing. I don't know if they're putting on a show for me or if I'm putting on a show for them. We're watching each other. As far as I know, last year we kept these back for replacements, so there's some replacements. People keep their heifers somewhere. But it takes a lot of people keeping back young heifers to replace all these old cows that are being sold at these high cold cow prices. All right, I finished the field. My dad left a little bit earlier than me. Driving next to this cornfield looks totally ripe. It will be the second one we cut. We opened up the one field today, filled 3 trucks, and we will bin them Monday morning. Okay, I got back from baling, and I needed to check this cow because I could tell she was calving whenever I did evening chores. I think I see a white face back there, which the other calf in this pen is all black. So I think it's out, but I'm gonna go take a closer look. We don't do that many night checks while calving, and the calf is up, it's nursing, it's standing up, healthy calf, so good job, cow.
So step off. Yes.
You got to hold on to the handrail, remember?
Then step. Good.
That's bonus.
Yeah, rock.
Yeah,
What is it? Mushroom?
Ada, look at the deer.
I don't see any flamingos.
And so 3 years ago, I really had a meeting with God just from the combine. Wow.
Running in my tractor, I got more power than a reactor. And when I'm in the field, I try to raise crops to maximum yield. Hey now, you're a farmer, get your grain on me. Hey now, you're a farmer, get your grow on me. Hey, oh, glory will be.
They'll start harvesting. The stems and the weeds and everything, those machines take that out. We have seed.
Nice. What is it?
Gulf
Is
Shores.
Esther still playing? Or no? It's
A row in the middle, and then the other two, you put tractors, and then the cart goes behind. That actually picks up the road there. Getting thrown around, and that's
wild little thing.
Watch out, watch out.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Check out our music videos linked in the description.
You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, and explore our website, www.petersonfarmbrothers.com. See you guys next time.